What did you families do to your children? That you made them so awesome. I am so happy to be here among my people. I'm a Spokane Indian, I'm a Coeur d'Alene Indian, but really when it comes down to it, I'm a crazy-ass commie socialist liberal.
Wow.
And the amazing part is that you invited me to come talk to you on this amazing day. You know, as we were walking here and I was talking to one of the faculty members, we were laughing because we tried to think of other Indians who get invited to give commencement speeches. I think I'm the only one. Anywhere. Ever. Talk about impossible. Now, I was born in Spokane, Washington in October 1966 in Sacred Heart Hospital. I'm Catholic and Indian, guilt squared. And then you add the liberal guilt on top of that, you know. My guilt is exponential. But, I'm a liberal who feels guilty about the Indian part of me, so I often have to hug myself. Are you doing okay, Indian? Yes, I am, liberal. And after I was born, my mom and dad took me home because that's generally how it works. But once I got home, my mom noticed that my head was growing. I mean, your head is supposed to grow, but mine was really growing. And this was 1966 on the Spokane Indian Reservation, and the relationship between Indians and the government, you know, it's gotten so much better. But she kept taking me to the doctor saying my son's head is growing. And they'd say, no, it's okay, he's fine. You're an overprotective mother, just take him home and take care of him, it's fine. And she kept going back, they kept sending her home, and she actually put together an XY chart, you know, with head growth and time. You engineering students probably understand that. And math at Evergreen. And they still didn't believe it. And, you know, when you speak of the impossible, you know, you're talking about fate and coincidence, and depending on what you believe in, some spiritual notion of these things happening, whether it's Christian, Buddhist, Muslim, whatever, Wiccan, I got a big fan here. They wouldn't have diagnosed. They wouldn't have known what was happening. I probably would have died. But they had my cousin babysit me. She was 9. I was 5 months old. And she was... Well, we all have that one cousin who's not the brightest cousin. If you couldn't think of anybody, you are that cousin. And she took me to the playground on the res, and she put me in the swing, and this was in the days before safety. It's amazing to me, when my kids go outside, I put them in so much gear to protect them. They look like Mad Max post-apocalyptic warriors walking out to fight for gasoline, and, you know, all they're doing, they're going to ride their bike. But, you know, back in those days, on the res, we would send our entire Little League team in the back of an open bed pickup 70 or 80 miles to a game, speeding down the road. We'd hit a bump and we'd all go, woo! And if we would have wrecked that thing, it would have wiped out an entire generation of Spokane Indians. The tribe would be gone. It would be the end. There'd be a monument on the side of Highway 2. So she put me in the swing. Remember, I was 5 months old. She wrapped my little hands around the chains, and she pushed. Now, I must have had some Darwinian Big Bang survival instinct, oh crap thing going on, because I guess I held on a little bit with one hand. So instead of going straight out like a torpedo, I pinwheeled out like a frisbee. You know, my Indian name is Whammo, just so you know. I know frisbee is sacred here. So instead of burrowing into the ground head first, I skipped. And once again, I'd gotten lucky. Fate, coincidence, the impossibility of coincidence. The BIA had just gotten a grant to make the playground safer, so what that meant was there was about 6 inches of new saw chips. So instead of hitting rock and hard ground, I bounced off saw chips. And I ended up with hundreds of slivers. You know, for years, you know, when somebody saw me for the first time without clothes on, I'd say, you know, the suit, the sun dancers, you know, where they do the ceremony where they have eagle claws in their chests and they walk around. It's okay, I guess. See all these scars? 272 sparrows. They rushed me to the emergency room, and it was there that the doctors diagnosed my hydrocephalus. For those of you who don't know, the slang term is water on the brain. For mysterious reasons, my brain was producing too much cerebral spinal fluid, and it was crushing my brain. And I'm the first generation of folks who had this surgery. And what they do is they drill burr holes to relieve the pressure. If you want to feel my burr holes later, I'll let you. It's like I have 4 baby bumps. You know, the fontanelle hasn't closed right here. And then they put in a plumbing system called a shunt that drained off the excess fluid down through my neck, down into my stomach. Now, this is radical surgery, and kids didn't survive this, generally speaking. So standing in the waiting room, the surgeon, the pediatric neurological surgeon, who was a Greek Muslim. Talk about impossible.